Ohayo minasan! Ohayo! Are you sorting there? Can you hear me? Yare. It finally started working. And I think everything is working. It should be good. Yosh, alright. Mina. Welcome to Fighting Streamers New Year Special. This is a new year, and I have a few things planned for this stream. I was gonna make a little list of all the... Oh, look at that, the chat is not working. Okay. There we go. Okay. Good. Yosh. San, yes, this is the music I always... It's the beginning of the playlist. But yes, we have a few really fun events going on later. And we're gonna start with... this was supposed to be well, I was gonna eat some ramen for this part. But unfortunately, I don't have the... I was supposed to go and get some stuff so that I could get ready for that, but it turned out to be so late that I couldn't do it. Says the stream, I was supposed to start this stream 3 hours ago, was the plan, so that I could start eating at the beginning of the stream. But since it got so late, I had to do it so late, I had to eat earlier. That's why. Now, I still have a lot of things planned. One of them is that I'm gonna do a tier list that I think would be fun. I'm also... It's not gonna be a big one, it's a small one. You ate the ramen you were supposed to live eat, didn't you? Yes, I did. Yes, I'm gonna do a tier list, and I have a karaoke section as well, where I'm gonna be singing 3 songs that I picked out. It was supposed to be... I was supposed to do my covers that I've done before. That turned out to not be... I couldn't get it to work, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have... I picked out one of them. One of them is a cover I've done in the past, and 2 of them are... Well, I haven't made official cover videos of them, but I have... I do think I have done covers of them, of the songs in some form in the past. Although I'm sure most of you swordlings haven't heard that one, those 2. So I think that's gonna be fun. Oh, Metal-san, that's really sugoi. Well, konnichiwa to everyone at V4C. I hope you are enjoying the stream. This is gonna be a fun time, definitely. And there's one more segment. There's one more, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna have let my 2 co-hosts take over for a little bit, for about 20 or 30 minutes, and you can ask them questions. That's right. You're gonna be able to ask Crono and Cloud questions later. I won't be on there for that, so they will take over the stream for about 20 minutes. I think that's gonna be fun. There's a lot of questions you can ask them. You don't have your ukulele or guitar. laying around. Maybe you could do a play and sing stream. I don't have them. I don't have them around right now. Although I do have, like I said, I have three songs ready, so that's gonna be good. Anyway, Mina, so we're gonna start with a little hangout for a few minutes. I guess 8 more minutes, and then we'll move over to well, I'm thinking that we're gonna do the karaoke one. I think we should do some karaoke. It won't be for too long. I will do one song at a time, and I will talk about it for a bit while it's happening. So I think that's gonna be fun. And after that, we can do maybe, yes. After that we will be doing. It's the no, unfortunately, I didn't have time to prepare for that stuff. That will have to be for another stream. Both the ramen eating and the fighting stream, it's better if they're the separate stream instead, I think. I could start the fighting stream with doing some ramen eating. That would be good. But that would have to be for later. So, yes, I think I'm gonna we're gonna start with the karaoke, and then we're gonna do the Cloud and Crono. They're gonna take over the stream for a little bit, and after that we'll be doing tier lists. I think that would be fun. Using in karaoke would be more sugoi than fighting games anyway. I'm glad that you think that. Chef, I have some sad news today. My very good friend and fellow Swordling Chris has to put down his dog tomorrow. I don't want to bring down the mood, but a lordling sending regards would mean a lot. Oh, Chrisu-chan, that's really sad. I hope your Inu is doing fine now, and is happy in their last moment. Oh Yasumi, I hope it's gonna be fine. Oh, let me pour myself a drink. Yosh. Oh, so. Yes, for the rest of the stream, I'm gonna end with the tier list, because that's probably gonna take the longest. That's what I thought it would be a good idea to do that. And I'm sure you Swordlings have a lot of questions for Crono and Cloud. What am I drinking? I am drinking Pepsi. Although, I've been thinking about doing, for the next stream, I'm definitely gonna be doing some tea, would be nice. I could make that. Well, don't know if it's gonna be for next stream, but definitely for one of the streams. I want to, also when it comes to, someone mentioned cooking would be fun. I have plans for that in the future, but at the moment it's not something I could do. I got a lot of suggestions. I've just been super busy with my OnlyFans and my transgender girlfriend, but I got a bunch of suggestions. Okay. That sounds good. What kind of karaoke are you going to be doing, Seth? Kawaii Japanese songs or not quite as kawaii Western songs? Japanese songs. Although one of them is in English, and I think you're gonna recognize that one. Now let's see. We're almost ready. So I think it's gonna be a fun segment. This is something next time I want to have at least a couple of days to prepare the stream properly, because it would be fun once I do a special stream. It might actually be on that would probably be my birthday stream. I would definitely be doing that. What Yakuza game do you think has the best karaoke? Well, I can't compare all of them. Yakuza 0, yes, Yakuza 0 has really good ones, I think. So how did New Year's Day treat you, Seth-sama? Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it. I have, it's been very relaxing and very nice, although I was preparing for this stream. I just didn't have enough time to do all of it, but all the things that I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared enough. There wasn't enough time. But for next time, when I do a special stream, it's gonna be quite something, I think. So, my swordlings, we're gonna be doing, I guess I can talk about the songs I'm gonna be doing. So, let's head over to we're gonna be heading over to the new the karaoke screen. Here we are. So, for the songs that I'm gonna be doing, there are a couple. There are 3 ones that I wanna do. And one of them is one that I'm sure you soulings are gonna recognize. And if you are a true Japan fan, you will recognize all 3 of them. But one in particular I know all swordlings will get. Yes, alright. So, for the first one, I'm gonna go with a classic and my favorite Japanese anime opening of all time. I'm sure you know which one it is. I'm gonna let you swordlings guess which song it is. And it's my favorite anime opening of all time, and it has a special place in my heart. Let's see if one of the swordlings can figure out which one it is. It's not Wind, although Wind is actually an ending song. But that is one of the songs I'm gonna be doing today. So you guessed right on that one. And it's not Mazinga. I don't have that on here. I couldn't find a good. I was actually looking for a good karaoke version of it, but it just doesn't exist. I have a sneaking suspicion one of the songs is from a mecha anime. No, actually not. Oh, that's right, Fokan-san. It's, yes, it's an ending. Have you students not figure out which one it is? Well, just to test the audio, I'm gonna be playing the first couple of seconds, and you're gonna know which song it is. Take a listen. All right. Yes, it is I wo Toromodose, the opening to Fist of the North Star, or Hokuto no Ken. Are your sortings ready? How's the audio? Let me know. Is this good? Can you hear my voice over the music? This should be good. I want it to be perfectly balanced when I start. Excellent. All right. Yosh. Well, let's get started, shall we? Could turn it up a bit. Hi. Oh, that was perfectly balanced. Naruhodo. Well, I will try it. Okay. This microphone. This is just an image. But let's get started. With my favorite opening and a childhood classic. This song was the first Japanese song I ever heard. That is the truth. So, let's go. You are shocked. 愛で空が落ちてくる You are shocked 俺の胸に落ちてくる熱い心鎖で繋いでも今は無駄だよ邪魔するやつは指先一つでダウンさ You are shocked 愛で鼓動速くなる You are shocked 俺の鼓動速くなるお前もとめさまよ心今熱く燃えてるすべてとかすむさりに飛び散るはずさ俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せよし行くぜ You are sharp 愛で闇を切り裂いて You are sharp 俺の闇を切り裂いて誰も二人の安らぎ壊すことできはしないさひつき合う絆は変わらない二度と俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った 微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せよし! And there we have it. That is... Oh, hold on. Baka YouTube. Alright. There we have it. That was Ai wo Toromodose, the opening to Hokuto no Ken, or Fist of the North Star. Did you Soulings enjoy that? I enjoyed that. It's an amazing song. Oh, what a good time. Oh, it really gets me pumped. And every time I listen or sing this song, I always feel like watching Hokuto no Ken. Arigato minasan. Arigato. I am happy you Swordlings enjoyed that. Like I said before, it's one of my favorite anime openings of all time. Oh, Vomi-san, you've heard this. You've heard me sing this song before. Yes, I have actually. I've actually sung this song live on stream a long time ago. Now I need something to drink after that. As an expert of Japanese culture, Seth-sama is a fluent master of Japanese language as well. Well, I do know Japanese. I am still studying, but I know it quite well. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream, like and subscribe. Also consider becoming a Swordling for $1 a month on YouTube. Also, Discord link in the description of the video. Oh, arigato, Metaru-san. Wow, you're doing it. You're doing a good job on that. Arigato. Yes, all of those things. Now, there are more songs, of course. And this time, it's a song. I feel the manly energy suddenly infusing this stream. Yosh! It's great. So, I have another one that I'm sure that most of you have heard, and it was mentioned earlier in the chat. All right. Well, Creeper Scratch. Oh, ohayo goza. Arigato. Arigato for the 3,000 yen. Domo.
My ears are shedding a tear in delight.
Oh, arigato. Arigato. Oh. Shimonu-san. Arigato for the 100 yen.
Seth, that was bloody incredible. I would like to get you signed to my label immediately.
That would be really fun. I'm definitely doing... let me move this... I think over here would be good. the alerts so you can see them. I think that's better. Oh, arigato for that. Arigato for the contributions. That's really great. There's more to come. But yes, that is my... there's so many good Japanese songs out there. That is has a special place in my heart. Aiwo Toromodose, as I said before. But there are more songs. So let's get... even Simon said yes. That's... yes. Now, this is my cover of that I did. This is my first full-on cover that I did. It's the song Wind from Naruto, which is an ending song. I'm gonna make sure the audio is... Okay, this should be good. This should work. All right. So, I actually was able to get a hold of the original one without me singing. So this is gonna be great. All right, minasan. Let's get ready for another song. Yosh, ikuse! Cultivate your hunger before you idealize. Motivate your anger. Make them more realize. Climbing the mountain, never coming down. Break into the content, never falling down. Still shaking like I was 12, sneaking out the classroom. By the back door, I ran my empty tri-stone. But I didn't care. Waiting is wasting for people like me. Don't cry, 'cause you're so wise. Don't cry, 'cause you're so right. Don't try with fakes or fears, 'cause you will hate yourself in the end. Don't try to live so wise. Don't cry, 'cause you're so right. Don't try with fakes or fears, 'cause you will hate yourself in the end. You say dreams are dreams, I ain't gonna play the fool anymore. You say, 'cause I still got my soul. Take your time, baby, darkness falling down. Take the steps to treat yourself before you gloom. Presence of fear make shadows of nothing. Shadows of nothing. Still you're blind if you see the winding road, 'cause there's always a straight way to the point you see. Don't try to look so wise. Don't cry, 'cause you're so right. Don't cry with fakes or fears, 'cause you will hate yourself in the end. You will hate yourself in the end. 'Cause you will hate yourself in the end. 'Cause you will hate yourself in the end. 'Cause you will hate yourself in the end. Okay. And there it was. That is the song Wind. The first ending of Naruto. Well, I am glad you you Solings enjoyed it. Wow. Arigato. Arigato. That was a great time. One of my favorite. Oh. Well, that's the next. No. What is this? Okay. Well, you already heard the next song. It automatically started playing. But let's talk about this one for a bit. That I already did. If Sef-sama singing previous covers and also his own arrangement, I really hope what I think is coming up really is coming up. Unfortunately, that's the only arrangement from my own arrangement that we will be singing today. There's one more song. All right, so yes, that was a little sneak peek. Well, you already know which song that is, but it's also a classic, of course. But let's talk about Wind for a second. For those of you that haven't seen, who are new Swordlings, that was one of my first covers that I did. Before then, I had City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, which was more of a quick, fun little cover I did using the original song, and there was no arrangement or anything like that. So it was. People really enjoyed that one, so that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna start doing covers for this channel. So that's when I made Wind. One of my favorite endings, mostly because Naruto holds such a special place in my heart. And I realized when I started watching Naruto back in the day, how much effort the Japanese put into their openings and endings. They have real musicians making real music. It's really impressive. I thought that was just a one-time thing for Hokuto no Ken, but no. It's something they do for almost every anime out there. Chef-sama, can you give a shout out to my friend Krogan? He's a very good friend and he's here with us. Krogan-san, arigato for watching the stream. And, well, I hope you have a good day. Can you sing Dragon Ball TT opening? I would be very pleased hearing you sing the Subarashi song. It is a very good song, yes. I don't have it planned for today. Only 3 songs. This is the last song. The next one will be the last one for the karaoke section. It takes a lot of. This took up the most time trying to find karaoke versions that won't copyright strike the stream and the channel, because they're very picky when it comes to music. Copyright claims everywhere. For example, the Mazinga Seto cover immediately got a copyright claim as soon as it went up. So yes, it is something that I don't want for the streams. I don't want the streams to go down or for people not being able to watch the streams. That is something that's very important. So that's why I try to keep it copyright friendly with these streams. That's why I'm looking for karaoke versions. That's a very important part to shows because of how they set the stage and mood even before you start watching. Yes, it's true. Openings and endings are really important. But yes, the Wind cover is something that I was really proud of. And it was my favorite cover that I've done for a long time, until Devil Trigger Uh, until I made Devil Trigger, which is currently my favorite one. Unfortunately, I won't be singing that one today. I don't have the raw audio file for that one, so I couldn't do it. Otherwise, I would be. I would be doing an instrumental one. Maybe that's something I can do in the future. Pull my devil trigger. Embrace the darkness that's within me. That's a good song. Anyway, minasan, I'm gonna be doing the last karaoke song for this segment, and then we will go back to the normal screen, to the Hangout screen. But for now, let's do the last song. Yes, let's go. Oh, we have to check the audio first. You already know which song it is. That should be good. Okay. Good evening, Chef-sama. You are wearing your tie wrong. No. This is how I do it. Sam-san, that's how I do it. Anyway, here we go. Ikuze! Sparking! Let's go. Hikaru kuma o tsukinuke fly away. Karada yu ni hirugaru panorama. Kao kerareta teku ga okotte. Kazan o bakuhatsu saseru. Toけた氷の中に恐竜がいたら玉乗り仕込めたいね。シャラヘッシャラ何が起きても気分はへのへのカッパ。シャラヘッシャラ胸がパチパチするほどサボる元気玉スパーキング。Here we go. Josh. 空急行カジェットコースター押してゆくよパニックの空へ景色逆さになるとの際が山さおしぬに見えるなやむ時間はないよどこかに潜むびっくりで会ういいからシャラヘッシャラ頭かぶぽの夢をすり込めたれシャラヘッシャラ笑顔ウルトラセットでこもいあいあいあいあいシャラヘッシャラ何が起きても気分はへのへのカッパシャラヘッシャラ胸がパチパチするほど騒ぐ元気玉スパーキング。 Yosh! Subarashi! That was a great time. Yosh! Oh, I feel like watching anime right now. What I would do to be Seth's neighbor being put to sleep by this ancient Japanese lullaby. Well, I'm pretty sure my neighbors couldn't hear that. No neighbor has heard me sing or anything in the past. Oh, that's great. Your score is 100. Karaoke Dragon. Arigato. Arigato, minasan. Arigato. That was a great time. Wow. I feel really pumped after doing that. Oh, yes. Good riddance. Good riddance. Get rid of that person. Good work, Wokan-san. Does Seth-sama even have neighbors? I imagine his presence rack up property value too much for regular people to afford living there. No, I don't think so. At least. Would you sing Yu Yu Hakusho opening or ending? One of my favorite animes. Oh, that's. I would have to look into that. Like I said, it takes a lot of research to get this done. Finding these was the hardest part. Finding versions that won't mess with YouTube. Yes, you can. You will. If new people show up and they don't know, that's fine. We'll just time them out, and they need to learn their lesson. But for people who are here just to insult, we get rid of them immediately. That's right. Is that the video? I'm sure it is. Okay, minasan. Let's get before we get to well, everyone's favorite sidekicks. Let's head over to the normal screen. Whoa, that was strange. Yosh. Well, I hope you Swordlings enjoyed. I'm sure you enjoyed that. Absolutely. I have practiced a lot of Japanese in the past, so and I do singing a lot. I mostly sing Japanese songs nowadays, unless it's a song in English by a Japanese artist, or if it's a video game soundtrack. What is the W slur? You can check out the link up there from Patrick Udono, and it will make sense. I can't say that. I'm not gonna say the actual word out loud on stream. Oh. Well, that was something else. Oh, I feel really pumped after that. But yes, coming up, we have a segment with Crono and Cloud. I'm sure you Swordlings are familiar with them. They are one of they are two of the main characters from Sephiroth Sword 50 from the Sephiroth Sword 57 show, the review show. They have, and in Gaiden as well. Important to This Falco music reminds me of it's 1 month till we can play East 9 in the West. Wow, we're getting really close. I am excited. That's gonna be great. Everyone's really pumped in V4C and super stoked for our heroes Crono and Cloud. Wow, really? I'm happy to hear about that. Well, I will take a couple of minutes before we jump over to that segment. But if you shortlings have anything to talk about regarding, let's say, covers, cover songs can actually be suggested on the Sephiroth Sword 57 or Sefsama Discord server, which you can find in the link in the description. If you have a song that you think I should cover, you can put suggestions there. There's no guarantee that I will do any of them, but you never know. Yes, I think it's a good. It's good to switch over to Crono and Cloud so that I can rest my voice for a bit. Gaga-san, welcome to the stream. We were just done with the karaoke section. I would suggest that you go check it out later. Yes, so I think we're gonna be moving over to. Let's see. When this song is over, we're gonna be moving over to Crono and Cloud. I'm currently playing through East 8, and it's great. Wow, really? Meteor-san, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So what kind of green tea is in the shug mug this evening? Oh no, it's Pepsi. It's Pepsi. No tea yet, but Kingu-san, you are the best. Oh, arigato. Arigato. Oh, Dove-san, I don't speak. Well, I don't want to. It would be good if you could keep it in English or Japanese, just so that other people know. But they were asking if I could say a sentence in Swedish, just to hear my dialect. And hold on, I'm going to write Pepsi a huge book about getting you sponsored with Pepsi. Oh, that I would absolutely sponsor them. That would be something that I would love to do. I'm a big fan of Pepsi, and so are Japanese people as well. It's very popular in Japan. The most popular Western drinks in Japan are Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. Those are the most those are the ones that people like the most. I know you have told us before, but why is Pepsi so popular in Japan? I'm not sure. I have read about it in the past, and it doesn't seem to be any other than advertising being advertised really well. There isn't like a big answer. There isn't a real answer to that question from what I've found. I did research on that a couple of years ago, and I'm not really sure. There's a lot of different reasons that I've heard, but nothing that has been 100% proven. So I would say from now the answer right now would be that it was really, really well advertised in Japan, in movies, and just in commercials and stuff like that, and it just got popular from then on. This actually puts my guilty pleasure of Dr. Pepper somewhat at ease. Oh, no, Dr. Pepper is really sugoi. I haven't had it in a while, but it's a great drink. I don't think it's a guilty pleasure at all. Oh yes, the PlayStation 1 game Pepsi Man, that's right. That was also a thing. I have not played that one actually, but I have known about it for a long time. Also, do you know why the Japanese prefer vending machines than face-to-face interactions? I actually prefer little social interactions as possible, and seems a superior way of transactions of cash. As for the variety of goods there are in Japan in vending machines. Yes, vending machines are really popular because it's so quick, and there's so many of them, so that there's never any never any people waiting in line to get their drink. They could just go to the next vending machine that's close by, and the transaction is so fast. So of course it's a very good way of handling drinks. And since people would need liquid, it's a very good idea to have a lot of vending machines. We don't have a lot of vending machines here in Sweden. It's not something that's popular at all. I don't know why. They exist, but for some reason that nobody. I don't get it. It's like people have some kind of fear or phobia of vending machines somehow. People just walk past them. I don't get it. That as well. Yes, you always get what you need, and there's never any problem. A cover of the Pepsi Man stage music would be super sugoi for the next karaoke stream. Naruhodo. Could you put that in the suggestion, Chano Vomi-san? That would be great. What is your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? None of them. They're all bad baby creatures. I don't care. I don't care for Pokemon or anything Nintendo related. Vending machines are sugoi, but almost all of them are gone here. I used to buy soda from them all the time. Really? Interesting. Pokemon is almost as bad as Warhammer. I would say worse. Warhammer is just baffling because it's just like a nerd activity that's not fun and boring. Pokemon is ugly and awful in every way. It's terrible. Now the superior creature collecting game is Megami Tensei. If you haven't played Shin Megami Tensei, you should. Persona is a good one. Alright, we're gonna almost... Let me actually go for 5 more minutes. And then... favorite demon. Oh, wow. I think when it comes to... I have a lot of favorite ones. Of course, I think when everyone thinks of Shin Megami Tensei, they think of Jack Frost. Or any of the Jacks, which are very, very iconic, very good designs. Shin Megami Tensei has been really good with their designs. Doki is also a good one. That has always been a favorite of mine, and someone who's been well, showing up in I believe every game. Do you have any videos of you exploring Japan on your channel? No, I don't. I didn't film any videos when I went to Japan. I'm gonna be doing it next time though. Next time I go. Or you shouldn't play the Super Nintendo one. You skip that one. Play it on PlayStation. Yes, Lilith is really great. I agree. I would say all of the designs are great. Some are really scary and grotesque looking. Really great, like amazingly made. And then there you go. I knew Seth would have the answer. Yes. And also, you can play Devil Summoner on Sega Saturn, which is a great game. There's also Devil Summoner on PS. There's 2 of them on PS2. Kusonoa games. They're great as well. Very different. They're action games, but they're great. Now, how many games? I have so many, I don't know. I have to sell off a lot of my games a while back, a few years back. I sold most of the games that I had physical, so I don't know how many I have right now. Sega Saturn was so underrated. Was actually a great console. Yes, it was. Kuru-san, when do you think you'll be visiting Japan next? I have no idea. Whenever my channel has taken off and I can start saving money to go to Japan, I would definitely do that. Oh, when? Well, it will definitely not be this year. I can tell you that. Earliest, probably sometime next year would be the absolute earliest. Yes, I think we can all relate to that, having to sell off games. Chef-sama, have you been able to show the truth about bad franchises, such as Demon Souls, to someone? I was trying to convince some by showing your videos, but they said that you didn't finish the game. So? You don't have to finish a game to know it's awful. What kind of mindset is that? They must have broken brains to think that way. You don't have to finish a game. especially something like Demon Souls. You need to just feel it out for a little bit to know exactly how it plays. Imagine having to play through that game. I can't imagine how awful that must be. Japanese culture saved my life. I used to be a really bad heroin addict, and when I finally quit, initial D, the whole series, including the movies, helped me get sober and realize how to self-improve myself. Oh, naruhodo, that's great, Metaru-san. Yes, Japanese media is great. That is great. For anyone who's going through trouble, just look up stuff that you enjoy. JRPGs, anime, manga, they will help you through tough times. Take it from me as well, as a teenager. That Japanese culture was very important to me. We could start a fundraiser to support the trip to Japan. That would be great. But that is something I would have to wait with if that's the case. It's a little bit too. I would like to make that money myself from making videos on the channel first. And then I would like to go to Japan. It really depends. Have you ever watched Sexy Commando? I have. Sexy Commando, yes, it's I believe it's from '95. It's also a manga. It's a really funny gag anime. Yes, it's different with JRPGs just because they can actually get good after 50 hours, but that is different. Yes, it is. Exactly. But the difference is that with Demon Souls you immediately feel how bad it is, but with JRPGs it slowly builds up, and you can see it that it's gonna turn into something even greater the more you play. A lot of JRPGs are like that. Can I get a shout out, Seth? Bredon-san, arigato for watching the stream. That's your shout out. Hey Seth, my friends believe that a gun is more effective than a katana. Can you prove them wrong real quick? I've talked about this on Samdono's podcast. It's very early in the... there's actually a video, a short video. If you search Sephiroth Sword 57 and Katana, you will probably find that video of General Sam and me talking about Katana versus some gun that he has. And I think that answers the question really well. Anyway, Minasan. Okay, 1 minute. Let's let this song play, and then we will be switching over to Crono and Cloud. Get your questions ready for them. I think it would be great. Ben-san, I'll watch the archive later, but I wanted to drop by and say hello, Seth-sama. Hope you have a good stream. Oh, arigato, Ben-san. Arigato. Do you watch any anime, Seth? Yes, I've watched a lot over the years. I actually have a let me see if I can get it. I have a link to my anime list. Here we go. These are all the ones that I've seen over the years. Okay, but I have to point out though, these are only TV anime. So, opinion on Cowboy Bebop. It's okay. It's an okay one. Not one of my favorite anime. Very overrated. It's targeted toward Westerners, so that's why the quality is lower than it would have been if it wasn't. Okay, Minasan, it's time. I'm gonna give Crono and Cloud a little call. It would take about a minute, but hold on while I get this ready. Thank you for not swearing, Seth. Your stream is a good, clean fun. You must have very high IQ. Yes, I have taken an IQ test before. I have 112 personally. Yes, I don't swear because it's just not in my. It's just not something I am comfortable with doing. Unless I'm doing a let's say a video or like a funny like a funny joke or something. I like to. Then it's fun. But just in normal conversations like this, I want to stay more clean. I don't want to be so crude. I'm going to buy the t-shirt. Oh, Metaru-san, arigato. Yes, for anyone who wants to check out, there is a link down below to my merch store. As you can see here, I have a bunch of different products. It is limited. Some of the I really wish there were more stuff like ties or hat or maybe a shirt would be nice, like something like this. Unfortunately, it's not available. Do you consider the N-word, Nintendo, swearing? I know, but it is definitely something. Every time I see the word Nintendo, I always get a little bit annoyed every time I see it. But that's fine. It's not something it's not something that is offensive. I think in my stream, it's fine. But anyway, my swordlings. Let's wait for Crono and Cloud to show up. I will be gone for a little bit, and then they will show up. So I'll see you swordlings in about 20 to 30 minutes, and you can talk to Cloud and Crono. If you have any questions, make sure you get them prepared right now for them. It would be really fun. Anyway, I see your swordlings in a bit. Whoa, look at all the swordlings. Wait, Cloud. Let's first thank Sephiroth Sword 57, or Sef-sama, for having us on his stream. Oh, that's right. Sef-sama, arigato for having us on. Wow, look at all these swordlings. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So, how are you swordlings doing this evening? Whoa. Oh, I see someone has a lot of questions for me. But what about me? Do you have any questions for me as well? But this is interesting. We've never been on a stream like this. I know you, Cloud, has been on one of Sef-sama's streams in the past. Yes, that's right. I announced him for one of his appearances. I remember. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I have a question for me here. Cloud, which one do you love more, Ares or Tifa? Yeah, Cloud, I've been wondering this as well. I would like to skip that question, please. I don't want to answer that. Why is that, Cloud? Let's just skip it for now. Okay, whatever you say. Wow, how many are there here right now? Let's see. Wow, there are over 20. There are over 20 swordlings here. Oh, this is great. 20, huh? There's 27. Makes me really hungry. What? Yeah, I don't know. It makes me think of how little food I had earlier. I would like to have some food. What are you talking about, you baka? I'm sorry. Where were we? Let's see. Magic the Gathering. Based or cringe? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means, Cloud? I have no idea, actually. I think we're gonna skip that one for now. Oh, here we go. We got a question for you, Cloud-san. So, anyone have any questions for me? Anyway, Cloud-san, how do you feel when you had to dress up like a woman? You look super cute, by the way. Is these all the questions I'm gonna get? I don't like to talk about this one. Let's move on. Okay, whatever you say. Oh, here we go. It's a question for me. Crono-san, what it's like to cast a Luminaire? Oh, it's great. It fills you with a lot of energy. It reminds me a lot of the Genki Dama. What? Yeah, it's like a Genki Dama, right? What does that even mean? What is that from? I think Sef-sama talked about that in the past. How the Luminaire reminds him of Genki Dama from Dragon Ball. What? No, it's nothing like that. What are you talking about? What? Okay, that's what I've heard. Okay, well, no, it's a unique attack from my game, Chrono Trigger. Remember? Well, I actually haven't played Chrono Trigger myself, so I don't know. Really? Interesting. Why haven't you played that then? I've actually played through Final Fantasy VII, your game. So why haven't you played my game, huh, Cloud? Because it was a Nintendo game. Oh, do we really have to bring this up again? Come on, you know I'm not with Nintendo anymore. You know that. Yeah. Well, that's the reason why I didn't play it, because it was a Nintendo system. All right. I get it. Well, I guess that makes sense. Let's just look at chat. Maybe there's more questions to be. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, we got another question for you, Crono. Crono-san, what is your preferred method of attack? Sword or lightning magic? That's a very good question. I do enjoy using my lightning magic, of course. It's very good for certain types of enemies who are weak to it. But I've used my sword, my katana, throughout. Since I was a child, so I would naturally prefer the sword, of course. Makes sense. Makes sense, I guess. I've used materia for a lot of my life, so I can't really relate to that, personally. Well, you see, I didn't know magic was a thing, really, up until we went to the end of time. That's when I learned magic from Specchio. I see. Anyway, any more questions? Wow, is Crono getting all the questions? Why can't I get a real question? Do I always get these weird questions? Oh, calm down, Cloud. Calm down. Let's see here. Dear Crono-san, why did the USA fake the moon landing? I don't know anything about Earth. I don't know anything about the history of Earth personally. I'm only from Gaia. Yeah, me too. I don't really know much about this universe. All I know is what Seth-sama has told me, and I guess Japanese culture is what we know most about. Yes, that's true. Okay, let's see. This is an interesting one. Is manga a style or brand of anime? Well, from what I've learned from Seth-sama, anime is animation, and manga is I would say it's more of like would you say a comic? A comic? No, that's for Westerners. No, that's not a manga. Is very different. It's very different. Okay, I see. Well, that's what many people call it. They call it Japanese comics. When you shouldn't listen to them, Cloud. You really trust people that easily? Well, I don't know. People have said I'm very gullible. Maybe that's true. Well, let's move on with chat. Let's see. Okay, another Crono question. Crono, how long does it take for you to do your hair? Oh, me? Oh, this is all just natural, baby. Look at this. For me personally, I use a lot of hair gel. Really? Yeah, I do. I thought your hair was natural like that as well. Oh, well, no, it's not. Okay. Well, you learn something new every day. Oh, here we go, Cloud. Here's a normal question for you. Cloud, what is your favorite food? Oh, favorite food. I actually have to agree with Seth-sama on this one. I love tonkatsu ramen. Oh, that's a good one. I can totally see that. For you then, Crono. What do you like the most? Sashi. I've always been a fan of sashimi. Personally. I see. Well, that makes sense as well. What else do we have? Okay, here we go. Cloud, what do you think about Sephiroth's abs? Sephiroth's abs? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I never paid attention to that. Does he have abs? I know he's a very tall guy, but you don't really see him without his without a shirt or anything, so I haven't really seen it myself. Same here. And I know him more than you, Crono. And I never thought about it. Well, yeah, that makes sense. That was a little bit of a strange question, wasn't it? I think so, yes. What else do we got? Okay, dear Crono-san, AIDS Taco told me the Earth was hollow, but how can it be
hollow and flat. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this is all about. Could you Sorlings ask more questions that you know we can answer? Because I have no idea. I agree. Okay, let's see. Did you guys fly in to see Seth? How was the trip? Okay, yeah, I can answer this one. We actually didn't. We're not at Seth-sama's place right now. We are from our own home. We are roommates, you see. Yeah, that's right. And because of the pandemic, we can't really see each other right now. Yes. So we try to stay indoors. This stream is a special occasion, so Seth-sama asked us to be on. So I'm very happy to be here. Yeah, same. Okay, this is an interesting one. Cloud, how does it feel to be in Super Smash Bros? Oh no. Do I have to answer this one? Well, yeah, just tell them. Just tell them how you feel. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's too bad that my company, Square Enix, forced them to put me in the game. No, not Square Enix. Nintendo forced them. What are you saying, you baka? Talk properly. Come on. Hold on. Nintendo forced Square Enix to put me in Smash Brothers. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's awful. I don't like it. I don't like being in Smash. The same would go for Sephiroth as well. I'm pretty sure he doesn't enjoy it. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, who would want to be in Smash Brothers? What a gross game. Yeah, I agree. Okay, Crono-san, if you could visit any time period with the epoch, which year would you go to? That's an easy question for me, personally. I would go to March 22nd, 1986, to see when Seth-sama was born. Oh, that's a good one. Would you take me with you, Crono? Sure, absolutely, if we were able to do that. Unfortunately, the epoch can only go to certain time periods. If I could go anywhere I wanted, I would definitely go there. Oh yes, that's actually a very... Maybe we can get it to work somehow to go back to that time. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe we could give the young Seth some training. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah. Oh, this is a bit of a personal one. Maybe you can answer this one, Cloud. I think you know him better. This one. Are you friends with Shadow? I do know Shadow through Sephiroth Sword 57, and we were quite good friends. I know you, Crono. You didn't see him as much as I did. But we all fought against Nintendo together with Seth, and it was a great time together, great success. And unfortunately, it's we don't know where Shadow is at this point, or if he's even a friend to begin with. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Maybe we should take some more positive question. Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. A very easy... this one is pretty easy to answer. Who is the most skilled swordsman between you guys and Seth-sama? Of course, Seth-sama is the strongest out of all of us. And I'm second, and Crono is third. Wait, what did you say? I'm clearly the second strongest. Come on now, Cloud. Wait, I think... No, I think you're wrong. I'm the second strongest. Oh, really? Well, have you seen my techniques? Well, yes, I have, and I have the Omni Slash. Oh, come on, I could easily block that one. No problem. Yeah, alright. You wanna go right now? Yeah, it would... I guess we have to settle this somehow. But let's do that after the stream. I don't think it's a good time. But I will definitely show you who's the strongest, and show you that I'm the second strongest out of all three of us. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. Although I'm the strongest. Anyway, next question. Okay, so let's see. Final Fantasy 6 over Final Fantasy 7. That's just plain wrong. No, that's objectively wrong. And Seth-sama would also agree with me. Yeah, I would agree. Final Fantasy 7 is definitely better than Final Fantasy 6. That's just the objective truth. Come on now. Yeah. Final Fantasy 6 is a great game for the PlayStation. But it's not even close to Final Fantasy 7. Let's be honest now. Yeah, exactly. Oh, how about this one, Cloud? Do you think Tifa or Aerith are the better waifu for you? Okay, enough with this question. Can you have another question, please? I want a real question. That is a real question. What are you talking about? Stop it. Give me a better question. Okay then. What do we have here? Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. What is your ethnicity, Seth and Cloud? Oh, wow. Well, for me personally, I'm a Gaian. That's right. And I am from, well, I think you can probably tell just from looking at me. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, next question. Oh, here we go. Alright. Cloud-san, is it hard to find balance and momentum with your Buster Sword? Huh? No, not really. I am quite strong, so yes, this is not very hard for me to handle. Yeah, it's actually really heavy, so you must be pretty strong. Yeah, definitely. Now, I have encountered people who have tried using my sword, and they've not been able to. Well, they've not been able to move it around as easy as I can. Well, that's understandable. I'm sure I could handle it, though. Really? Well, maybe you can test that later. Yeah. Sure. Cloud, who is the best Aniki? Barret or Red 13? Oh, interesting question. Now, I personally have a deeper connection with Barret than Red 13. I do like Red 13 a lot. We're good friends. But Barret, we're almost like brothers. We're really close, and we got really close in the game Final Fantasy 7. He's a great guy. I have a lot of respect for Barret. Yeah, he seems like a great guy. I've never met him before. Yeah, maybe I should introduce you to him. That sounds like a good idea, Cloud. Cloud, how do you feel about the fact Zack could be alive in the remake? Oh yeah, answer this. Yes, Cloud, answer this. Oh, I am very excited. I really hope he's fine. I was devastated when he died back in the day. But maybe now he's alive. I really hope he is. Yeah. And you should also introduce me to him as well, Cloud. I would like to meet him. He seems like a great swordsman. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Okay, this is for you, Crono. Crono-san, can you go Super Saiyan? Okay, another one of these questions. Is this another Dragon Ball thing? Yes, I believe so. Why did everyone compare me to Dragon Ball? I don't understand. Well, I can see the resemblance. Oh, really? How so? I mean, just look at you. I think Seth-sama even called you a Ginger Goku. Oh, come on, no, he couldn't have done that. Is that true? Haven't you watched the review? Crono, haven't you watched the Chrono Trigger review? I have, but I don't... Yeah, it's true. Well, if Seth-sama says it's true, I'm gonna have to take a look at it then. Yeah, I suggest you do. Anyway, next question. How about this one? Which one of you does the dishes / take out the trash? That's usually my idea, cause Cloud is the one who cooks. He's a pretty good cook. You wouldn't expect it, right? Really? Really? I don't look like it. I don't look like I'm a good cook. I think no, not really. Okay then. Well, I do like to cook a lot. So yes, I'm the one cooking in this house. And well, I made a lot of good Japanese dishes ever since I met Sephiroth Sword 57 for the first time. He have taught me a lot about the superiority of Japanese cuisine, and it's been great. I've learned a lot from him and from Japanese culture. Yes, I would have to agree. Japanese food is really it's the best, isn't it? Yes, I would agree. Anyway, we've been going on for long enough. I think we need to head back to Seth-sama. And I have to actually start cooking. Oh yeah, it's tonkatsu ramen today, right? Yeah, that's right. So, I hope you'll enjoy it. Oh, I definitely will, Crono. I mean, Cloud. Alright then. Well, let's head back to Seth-sama. Arigato gozaimasu, everyone, for all the questions. We'll be switching to Seth-sama now. And I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you students enjoyed it. Arigato for the questions. Well, I guess... Okay, let's take one more question. This is for both of us. Cloud and Crono-san, if it's not too late, can you give a shout out to my friend, Tavla? Oh, okay. Tavla-san. Well, here's a shout out from me and Cloud. Yes, here's a big shout out. Hope you have a good day. Anyway, let's head back to Seth-sama. Thank you, everyone. Moshi mosh! Moshi mosh!
Oh, we're back already? Okay. Well, that was Crono and Cloud. I hope your siblings enjoyed that. They seem to have been enjoying it. Arigato to Crono and Cloud for hosting the stream. That was really sugoi. It was a fun time. That was Sugoi. I hope that we will have more guests during these streams. Maybe Noctis will be next time. That's a good idea. I could talk to Noctis about that. Sef-sama, how do you meet Cloud and Crono? That was a huge celebrity cameo. Well, for Crono, I can't say yet. But for Cloud, my Final Fantasy VII Remake review actually is my first encounter with Cloud. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and check it out. That was the first time I ever met Cloud. It takes place first as one of the first videos in the timeline. Please send our regard to Crono and Cloud and tell them it was a hontoni subarashi time. Oh, I will. Yes, I'm glad all of you enjoyed it. Can you tip your hat for us, pretty please? Oh, Bunny-san. There you go. I can't wait for some more guest appearances. That was amazing. Oh, well that's great. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Well, I guess I can have more guests on here. That was that's a fun idea. Let me read up on chat a little bit. Seth, you have watched over 350 anime. Yes, I have. I watched a lot of anime over the year, and that's just TV anime. That doesn't count OVAs, movies, or TV specials. Just TV anime shows. So, there's a lot more than that. Keep up the great content, Sef-sama. Oh, arigato, Sonic-san. Sonic-san. Arigato. Yes, this stream has been great so far. These are the kind of streams I want to do more of in the future. When was the last time you visited V4C? It was that I didn't have time yesterday, but the day before I was on there. Which anime is better? American no, those are not anime. Come on now. I'm removing that. You know it's not. Just here to troll. But yes, I was on V4C a few days ago, and they were really enjoying my videos. Oh! Dasan! Arigato! Arigato for becoming a swordling! And a member, wow! Subarashi! Yes, I would like to point out that you can become a swordling and a member for $1 a month. Do you keep up with the new Dragon Ball Super show at all? Yes, I watched all of Super. I've not read that much of the manga, but I read because I was waiting for the anime to continue. But yes, I watched the Broly movie, which was great. Have you read mangas like Oyasumi Panpan or Aku no Hana? Aku no Hana I have, yes. I really like that one. Hey Seth, can you shout out my friend Jonathan Whisper? Visubash. Well, Jonathan. Well, I have a shout out for you, Jonathan Visubash. He's into Hunter x Hunter. Oh, that's great. Yes, that's a very good manga and anime. The 2011 anime is really worth watching for those who are wondering. If you had to choose between Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering, what one would it be? Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. Magic the Gathering is just some nerd thing. It's just a bunch of nerds who are playing that. Yu-Gi-Oh is superior in every way. What brand of car do you like? I personally am not big into cars, but Nissan and Honda does make really good cars. I would say every Japanese brand is interesting, and if I ever get a car, it will definitely be Japanese. Very good stuff. Johnson, SF-sama, just wanted to say I'm enjoying the stream again. Nice chest hair. Oh, well, arigato. Anime Throwdown. What about Sonic versus Super Mario? That's not a okay. One more time and you'll be banned. Mahjong. Personally, I don't play a lot of Mahjong. I'm more of a Go guy, personally. That is my preferred Japanese tabletop game. It's Go. I always think of E Honda from Street Fighter when I see a Honda car. Yes, I do as well. Just as a reminder, please do not use the W word in this chat. Yes, absolutely. You can't use stuff like that. Is anime not mean animation? Yes, anime is Japanese animation. My favorite. Oh, hold on. I still have this pinned. Hold on. Let me remove that. Well, Seth-sama, I saw you rate things from 1 to 400. Why is that? What? You saw the video, right? It's the Dengeki Bunko scoring system. They use they go between 1 and 400. First I started using the Famitsu scoring system, which is between 1 and 40, and that's a really good system. But the Dengeki Bunko scoring system is better. Favorite period in Japanese history? The Edo period is really the most interesting, I would say. But there's a lot of interesting periods in Japanese history in general, I would say. Medo period is also really interesting. What is your rank in Go? Would you play with fan live? Oh, is that possible? Can you do that online? Is there an online game you can play that? Because I would love to do that. Yeah, I don't own a Switch. I borrowed one. I've shown this before. I borrowed one from my brother, Dave. It is not mine. I borrowed this one, like I said. It was for reviewing the Doom game. I played it on there. Awful game, awful system. I go over in the Doom video why the Switch is an awful console. Do you think you could defeat Miyamoto Musashi in a duel? He is famous for using a Boken versus a katana and still winning. Yes, it would be very close. I'm not sure actually. I probably would have a very tough time. I can tell you that. Dave hasn't asked for his paperweight back yet? No, not even during Christmas. I asked him during Christmas, I still have your Switch if you want it back. And he was like, okay, I'll get it later. I haven't heard it from him since Christmas Eve. So, interesting. He doesn't seem to care. That seems to be a Nintendo fan thing in general, is that they buy these systems and they don't play anything on them. Yes, Go would be really fun to play. I think. I wish it was around so we could see you guys duel. It would be the fight of the century. Maybe so. Yeah, it would be a very important one. Definitely. A very interesting one, I would say. Because I am very skilled with the blade. I got a new friend watching the stream. Can I get a moshi moshi for my friend commission? Oh, for my free commission, Chef-sama. Commission-san. Well, I'm glad you're watching the stream. Domo. I hope you're enjoying. I'm sure you're enjoying the stream. Chef, you got some GDQ stuff coming up soon. What is that? I don't know what that is. Can you visualize an apple on a table in your mind's eye? I definitely can. Yes, that's something I practiced a long time ago now. Was to able to visualize. It's very effective during training. It's something that I've been doing every time I train, when I practice. Oh, it's speedrun. Okay, no, I don't care. Speedrunning is garbage. I don't get these people that try and ruin the game, or ruin all the games by using glitches or missing most of the stuff in the games just to get through the game as fast as possible. Why do people do that? They're just ruining the game, not for others who are watching too. Why are people who never played it? They just I don't get it. Well, that's just how it is. Speedrunners ruin the game at that point. They aren't playing the game for enjoyment. It's true. Yes. I agree, Seth. Speedrunning sucks, and they mostly play Nintendo games, which also suck. Wow, okay, yes, definitely. That's something I have seen, actually. There's a lot of Nintendo fans. What a miserable activity. Speedrunning. If a game is made for that, let's say if a game is designed to get through the levels as fast as possible, like Sonic, I understand that, because that's the point of the game. But if you just take a normal game like an RPG and you try to rush through it, skipping text and story, what's the point? You're ruining the game. Like, Ocarina of Time can be beaten in under 10 minutes because the Nintendo developers were hacks and couldn't program it right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. If you want games where you play the same level over and over to become faster, you should play Japanese rhythm games. Those are also really good because you get really good at the rhythm and you get really good. Rhythm games are great. They're meant for that as well. Oh, arigato, Metaru-san. Once again, doing a great service. Well, we have one more thing for this stream. We're gonna be doing a tier list, which I think will be really interesting. Those take quite a while to do, and I only have one in that I've been thinking about doing. I can get it set up soon so that we can start using it. So let me first make sure that it's. Hold on. It's not on here? I don't think so. Right, good. Chef-sam, have you ever tried snus? If so, what do you think about it? It's gross. No. I did it when I was a teenager. When I was around 13, 14. Which is, which I shouldn't do at that age. But I did, and I got really, really sick because of the nicotine. I got really nauseous, and I couldn't. It was disgusting as well. Personally, I'm buying the white T-shirt. I'm gonna post a pic of me wearing it in the Discord. Wow, that's subarashi. I would like that. You dislike Nintendo? Dislike is that's an understatement. I absolutely hate Nintendo. They're awful. Yes, that's what snus is. It's for Yes, it actually it does ruin your mouth quite a bit. Like Nintendo's heart. Yes. Have you ever played the Sonic Robo Blast 2 kart? No. People have mentioned it a couple of times the last stream. Wondering if I've played. I should try and get it to work. I've been busy the last couple of days, so I've not been able to play anything. But I should look into it. Prolonged use can corrode a hole where you place it. Yes, my half brother, not Dave, but my half brother does. He does it, and he has ruined his mouth. But because you tuck it in the upper lip, right here, or on the other side, it depends. And after a while, it starts building a hole. It's like acid. Sonic Robo Blast 2 kart has a huge following in V4C, and we host a survey just for us. If you want to look into people in V4C, can help you with it, and we can have a guide for the installation. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds like fun time. I should definitely look into it. If you learned the Mafuba from Dragon Ball, who would you seal away with it? Well, obviously, first off, Shigeru Miyamoto needs to disappear. Right now, he's probably the most dangerous person at Nintendo. Because of well, there was that one guy who's dead, but the other one, the old Yamauchi, he died of old age. So Miyamoto is the most dangerous one at the time. I would definitely use it on him. Dear Seth, I know you probably like J-pop, but how do you feel about K-pop? K-pop is bad J-pop imitation. It's not even that. It's more. They thought they could do J-pop, and instead they took from Western culture. They used an imitation of Western pop instead of J-pop, which is its own thing and its own genre. K-pop is literally just American pop, but in Korean. Very baka, and it's awful overall. J-pop is much superior in every way. K-pop is better. You mean J-pop? I'm assuming you wrote that wrong. But yes, they definitely. Koreans are very desperate with trying to be better than Japan. They have been for years. They are good at some things. I know there's some good Korean movies. But overall, they're just trying really hard to be better than Japan and failing every time. It's just jealousy. Our best Sonic card player is offering to train you personally and get you up to speed. Oh, Naruto, that sounds great. Nonshin Namen. Yes, I have. It's pretty good. Yes, I would say it's pretty good. Nowhere near as good as Tonkatsu Ramen, though. That's my favorite. . What do you think about the prevalence of lolly characters in anime? I think it's totally fine. Or was there anything else about it? There's also something I wanted to talk about when it comes to just Korean stuff in general. I do enjoy stuff like, for example, there is Korean manga as well, and although it's not as good as Japanese, there's still some good stuff there. It's just a poor imitation, I would say. But since Japan is so great, and just Japanese media is so amazing, even cheap imitations are still entertaining. But yes, it would be good if they try their own spin on it instead of just trying to imitate other media. They could learn a lot from the Japanese instead of just stealing from it. Do you have good Japanese food in Sweden? Where I live, no. There's almost... There are a couple of... in my town, in my small city, we do have a couple of sushi bars. I think 5 or 6 of them. But other than that, no. There's not a lot. If you want to eat Japanese food, you mostly have to make it yourself. No, I'm not a Kojima fan. Kojima, well, turned his back on Japanese culture. He betrayed Japan. So no, I'm not a fan of Kojima. I am a fan of the first Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, and Metal Gear Solid 2 is also pretty sugoi. But then it started going really downhill after that, when it started putting more and more Western references in his games. Are there no Asian grocery stores where you live? There are, yes. There is a really big Asian store that is I think there are 2 stories big, and there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of not as much Japanese stuff, probably because it's more expensive to import than the other stuff, unfortunately. But you can still find it there. No, I'm just coughing because I've been talking for a while. That's why. We have the same opinion on Metal Gear, Sefsama, and I'm glad, because if I didn't hear the right answer, it would actually hurt me. Oh no, I am objective. I'm very objective when it comes to that. Now, if people enjoy the Metal Gear games, that's fine. But Kojima as a person has betrayed Japanese culture. There's nothing you can say there. Well, that just is the truth. Have you been locking down, or is it business as usual? It's as usual. Are there martial art dojos in Sweden? Yes, there are. I went to a couple here. Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Karate, and I did a bunch of different karate. Different karate styles, Shotokan, and a bunch of other ones. There's a lot of it. Not as prevalent as in other countries, I would say, but still enough where I've learned a lot over the years. V4C is watching you. Yes, I know. That's so nice. Okay, so are you ready for a tier list, my swordlings? Let me get it prepared. There's about an hour left for the stream, so let me open up. Hold on. Let's get this started. It might take a couple of minutes to get this properly. Oh, here we go. Tokyo Sanado has so many good songs. Alright, so okay, so let's get this figure out. I'm gonna be, let's see, how many should I add? There we go. And let's add more there. Okay, I'm just getting this started. Yosh. Okay, here we go. Let me just name these. So I'm making the tier list template right now, because it didn't save from last time I used it, so I have to use it from the beginning. Let's see. There we go. And I'm gonna be putting this up on stream in a little bit. Oh, Toma for PS1 is really sugoi. It's a good game. Thank you for streaming for us, Seth. I'm having a great time. Oh, Rotsan, that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Now, I have one right now that I want to do right here. Let me get this started so that it works. I'm gonna be changing to, I believe, this one. Yes, this one. I'm gonna have to. What is it? Where is it? No, I don't have it. I should have it. Let's see. Yes, this one. Yes, there we go. So, these are my Final Fantasy games. My favorite Final Fantasy game. It's a tier list of all the classics, the main 9 games. I thought it would be a good idea to start with. What do you sortings think? So I can just pull it up for example. Here's Final Fantasy 1. I could do stuff like that. Let me just make sure that everything is... There we go. That should do it. Okay. Yosh. So, this is my tier list of the best Final Fantasy games. Yes, there's a weird thing going on over here. I don't know what that is. It's not anything I can do. I can't do anything about it, as you can see. But that's fine. I don't think it can affect. Let's just put. Let's see. Oh, there's a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. It's not anything I can do. It's nothing I can do about it. So, best Final Fantasy games. This is gonna be fun. As you see, I have F, E, D, C, B, A, S, double S, and triple S. So, should we get started? Let's go from the first game. Final Fantasy 1. Now, where do I put Final Fantasy 1? For the PS1. Is Final Fantasy 7 a meme or no? No, it's a game. It's a JRPG. It's not a meme. But yes, this goes into A tier. Final Fantasy 1 for the PlayStation is great. It's a really fun game where they it's mostly about gameplay and exploring. It's really fun, and you get to choose the class in the beginning of the game, and you can upgrade the class later on. Oh, it's great. All right, so first game is on there. Now, how do I feel about its sequel, Final Fantasy 2? Now, Final Fantasy 2 is very different gameplay-wise. It's more similar to the Saga games. If you played Saga on the Wonder Swan, you would know what I'm talking about. Or any of the Saga games after that. They don't have a traditional level-up system. Instead, you attack enemies. Like, for example, if you do hand-to-hand combat, if you keep attacking enemies with hand-to-hand, you get better at hand-to-hand. Or like barehanded combat. If you use sword, you get better at using swords. When you get hit, you get more damage and more HP. And that's how it works. You don't get level ups. Instead, you get stats. It's a very interesting system. Not as good as Final Fantasy 1. I put it in B tier. The system is not fleshed out yet. This was still a very experimental system that they perfected later on in the Saga games. I think the historical value of Final Fantasy 1 is more valuable than the gameplay, since many of the later titles are so amazing. Maybe. But no, the gameplay is still great. But it is a very important game. Absolutely. Now, Final Fantasy III for the PSP. S tier. It is like Final Fantasy 1, but better. They have this, the first game to use the job system, and the job system is very great. What it does is that you can change jobs, different jobs like Dragoon or Samurai. There's a lot of different jobs. White Mage, Black Mage. There's a lot of stuff here. Very, very, very interesting system. And it's pretty much Final Fantasy 1, but better. So yes. What else? What is this? Wait, this is Final Fantasy. Oh no. Let's just pretend this is the PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy 4. Let's pretend that's Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 4 for PS1. Truly a bold system, not perfected until amazing Unlimited Saga though. Yes, Unlimited Saga is great. Unfortunately, you need to get hit forever and a day to get enough HP to not get insta-kill. Yes, it's a very... it was a very... how should you say? It was experimental at best. It's still a fun game. It's still a really fun game, which is why I put it at B. It's not a bad game at all. It's great. Okay. I put Final Fantasy 4 at S tier, as the same as 3. I do think it's better than 3 though. The story is great. Cecil is a great character. And how he becomes a paladin, and all the supporting cast is also great. You should play this on the PlayStation if you haven't. Amazing. Amazing. Now, there is there's a game I like even more. I think the game coming up is the best one so far in the series. Final Fantasy just keeps getting better after this. Final Fantasy V is double S tier. And the reason for that is because it uses the job system from Final Fantasy III, which was not present in Final Fantasy IV. But not only that, it also has a story, just like Final Fantasy IV has, except it's even better. So Final Fantasy V gets it as a double S tier, as it is pretty much Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy IV combined. So, with that said, Final Fantasy VI is double S tier as well. Great game. Story is really great. A lot of characters. There's a ton of characters in Final Fantasy VI. I would say it's story-wise, it's up there when it comes to Final Fantasy titles. When it comes to story and characters, it's definitely one of the best. Especially when it comes to the older 2D games. It has a better story than 5. It doesn't have the job system from Final Fantasy V, but it has the Magicite system, which is also really interesting. Which means that every character gets imbued with a summon, like Ifrit or Shiva, and it's very reminiscent of JoJo in a way, where they get their stands, or Persona, where they get their Persona, in which they have a summon dedicated to them. It's a very fun system that they introduce later in the game. Actually, it takes a while before they actually introduce that system. Needs a remake that's in 3D. Yes, they should. They should make a remake of Final Fantasy VI. It would be great. The Blue Mage in Final Fantasy V was really fun. You could learn spells from the monsters you fought. Yes, Kagas. That was one of my favorite things to do, was to have a black mage on there so that they would steal the once if they hit with a good attack. There is I forgot the name of it. They changed the name in the different versions. of it. I played the official one that came out that has a really bad translation because Americans did a bad job translating it. So I went with a patch that fixed it, fixed the PlayStation version of Final Fantasy V with a better translation. And the name is different. There is a spell that heals all your party members and and gives them buffs and shields, and you can learn it pretty early in the game as well. And with that, you become almost unbeatable. It is a very interesting way. There's so many different ways you can play Final Fantasy V. It's such an interesting system. Can't ever go wrong with the good old Black Mage. It's true. Black Mage was always, and also they do learn. Some people say it's boring to have a white mage or a black mage, but they learn spells. They will learn high-level spells that other classes or jobs can learn. So it's a very important one. Those two are very important. Or the death spell, I remember. Oh, Ano-san! Arigato for the 200 yen. Domo. Yes, it's probably from playing Baka Souls. Who used I don't know why they call it that. Job is it's a more simple word to use, and also it makes more sense. Now, next one. We all know what comes next. Final Fantasy VII Triple S tier. And there's only one game that gets as close to Triple S tier as Final Fantasy VII. But the Triple S tier will only be dedicated to Final Fantasy VII. So, with that in mind, Final Fantasy VIII. I don't think I need to say anything. I've already made 2 videos on Final Fantasy VII. I am sure you all know why it's great. Materia system, the best. It is the best system RPG mechanic in any RPG ever. But there's also story, characters, character designs. Oh, still some of my favorite characters are in Final Fantasy VII. After all these years, there's usually you change when you watch or play a game or watch an anime. What is this? Why is this still on here? Okay, it can't get removed. Okay. But yes, also one of my early video game crushes, Yuffie. I really like her. I still do. I think one of the best characters. In all of the characters are great, and even the minor characters are great in the game. The original is a Triple S tier, though the remake made me angry. Why? Why? It's just Final Fantasy VII, but better. Why is that? I better have a good explanation for this. This is a joke. It has to be. More sound? Okay. Meh. How's that? So it wasn't a joke. That's a timeout. I could do worse, but after this, you better learn what you said. Anyway. Best, for me, they're all good. All the girls are great. Now, for Final Fantasy VII, the best game ever made. For Final Fantasy VIII, double S tier. Great game. Oh! Gube-san, arigato for the 1,337.
Have you played any of the Final Fantasy the rhythm games? They're largely being tracked on Nintendo systems, but I emulated them on PC and they're pretty good. Tell Crono and Cloud I said hi and I hope you can stream some ramen eating soon.
Arigato. Arigato for the... Arigato. Tomo. No, I wouldn't play those. I wouldn't want to play anything that's up on a Nintendo system. But yes, I'll say I will say hi to Crono and Cloud. Definitely. Does touching a boob feel like a bag of sand? Oh no, it doesn't. It's way different. But yes, Final Fantasy VIII is great. Final Fantasy VIII also has a very interesting system, a very experimental one, although it is way better implemented than Final Fantasy II did it. Great game. Not as good as Final Fantasy VII, of course not, but it is up there. I would still say that I enjoy Final Fantasy V, and maybe 6. I would put them 6 and 8 around the same. I think I like Final Fantasy 6 slightly more. Final Fantasy 8 is a great time. Yes, Kaga-san, yes, I really enjoyed it. Yes, Triple Triad is absolutely amazing. Derbus Settlers, yes, it's a good game. It's a really good action game. It's not a mainline game, but it's good. It's good. Really great. Now, I have another game. The next one coming up. Final Fantasy IX. Where is this? Where does this fit? When? No. I'm just kidding. This is a double S tier. Very close to a triple S tier. This is one of my favorite PS1 games. Very close to Final Fantasy VII. The Final Fantasy gameplay, Final Fantasy VII gameplay, is what makes it a better game than Final Fantasy IX. But Final Fantasy IX is very good. You had me worried for a second. No, but I do think it's a great game, and it's very close to being on the same level as Final Fantasy VII. It's just, the gameplay of 7 is just, it's just better. Wait, did we see spoilers? Don't do that again. Don't do it. No, no spoil. No. Don't put spoilers in my chat. For people who haven't played the game yet, it would ruin it for them. Yes, I did remove it. Go men aside that you got spoiled, Kabik-san. I thought you played that before, but you hadn't. Well, that can happen. Is the sound too loud? It might be too loud now. What do you sort of think? It's a little bit too loud, isn't it? I think so. It's a bit loud. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. I saw how it was almost as the same level as my mic. Thoughts on tactics? Tactics are it's really sugoi. It's a really great PlayStation game. I'm still sad Square lost the original art from Final Fantasy 9. Oh! V4C, Rapu Posta. Arigato for the 300 yen.
Is Sephiroth better than Kefka? Rop sniff sniff.
Yes, he is. Kefka is a great villain. Not as good as Sephiroth. Of course. Final Fantasy VII did everything better. Doesn't mean that Final Fantasy VI is bad. It just does it better. It has better main characters, better villains, a better story. But it's still, yes, it's still great. It's still great. Anyway, Final Fantasy IX is really great, and you should play it. Final Fantasy X now. I would put this in triple S tier, but that is only for Final Fantasy VII. I put it in double S tier, but it is almost as good as Final Fantasy VII. Wow, all the full-on voice acting, music, graphics, wow, and the combat is amazing. Furikuri, I love it. I love the original Furikuri. Vincent is great. I love. When I was younger, I always put him on my team. But yes, Final Fantasy X has, I would say, it is up there as very, very, very close to Final Fantasy VII for me. Of course, Final Fantasy VII is the best game ever made. So, yes, I have played the HD remaster. It's great. Do you think they will remake Final Fantasy 8 and 9? I hope so. Once they're done with, wow, that would be amazing. And once they're done with Final Fantasy VII Remake, they should head on and make Final Fantasy 8 Remake. And then when they're done with that, they should do Final Fantasy 9 Remake. And they could do a, maybe they will go all the way up to Final Fantasy 10. I would love that. No, it's only the mainline Final Fantasy games. Here. Next up, we have Final Fantasy X-2. It's double S tier. Wow, what a great game. A lot of people missed out on this one. I remember when it came out. A lot of people. Chado-san, arigato for 1,488 yen.
Cheers to my friends Krogan and Sim.
That's great. But arigato for all the contributions. Super sugoi. Well, Final Fantasy X-2 got really people. Well, I guess people just missed out on it, and they didn't want a sequel to Final Fantasy X for some reason. Even though the universe is great in that one, it takes place in the same one as Final Fantasy VII, by the way. It's the same universe. It is heavily speculated that Final Fantasy VII takes place on another planet, and that doesn't take place on Gaia. So that it takes Final Fantasy VII is in the far into the future of Final Fantasy X, which makes sense. Off topic, what's your favorite emote on V4C, or emote in general? If you can answer quickly. I didn't even use any emotes or anything like that. I do have my own. I really enjoyed, when it comes to my own emotes, I really enjoyed the ones I have. I used them. I used them on my Discord server as well. I don't think I have the Nero one on there though. Seni-san, welcome to the stream. Welcome. My friend Ron Freeman, who is bald, thinks Final Fantasy VII isn't a classic. I think Final Fantasy VII is one of the best games ever made. Well, it is the best game ever made. That's not something that can be discussed. It's a fact that it is. Not only the impact it had in the West, but just as a game, it is perfect. It's the perfect game, and the best. It is the best game ever made. Oh, I do have that one. Okay, yes. We will be adding a Seth-sama emote to V4C shortly. Oh, that sounds really great. A good idea. Do you think Square will ever make new Final Fantasy games set in the same universe as some of the old ones? Well, Final Fantasy VII Remake already confirmed that Final Fantasy X is connected to Final Fantasy VII. So we will be seeing Final Fantasy X characters, or that is what I think will happen in the future. Final Fantasy VII Remake will be very different from here on, once the new parts come out. I don't think a lot of people realize that. But Final Fantasy X characters will most possibly show up in Final Fantasy VII. I talked about it in my Final Fantasy VII Remake review at the end with Cloud, and there's a couple of things that would be different from the original game. So look forward to that. Seth-sama, I really enjoyed how in Final Fantasy VII Remake they put in more detail on the characters. Barrett especially got his chest hair detail out, just like Seth-sama. Haha, you should cosplay him. I probably could, yes. Uh, he's a great character. I see Sefsama is ranking all the Final Fantasies. Will you be ranking the spin-offs as well? They're not present on this one. I can check the other ones and see if there is one that has the spin-offs as well. But after Final Fantasy X-2, we have Final Fantasy... Let's see. Oh, Final Fantasy XI is not on here. Naruto. Well, that would be an S tier if I put it on there, definitely. Final Fantasy XII. Double S tier. Great game. What a good game. And it goes back to a more medieval style, which I enjoy. Final Fantasy XII was great. Very unique. That's when it started experimenting a lot with the gameplay in Final Fantasy, and I liked that a lot. And ever since, all the games have tried something different. So, with that said, Final Fantasy XII is a double S tier. And next game, Final Fantasy XIII. That is a double S tier as well. That is one of my favorite games in the series. Very interesting combat system. It is like a mix between an action game, and turn-based combat. They really did something interesting with that one. And the character designs, wow. That game still looks good to this day. I think we can all agree on that. It is a very impressive looking game. And well, what else needs to be said, really? The story and the characters, wow, Final Fantasy XII definitely pushed the PS2 to its limit. Yes, it's a great game. Oh, 13-2. Wait, it wasn't, well, that doesn't matter. 13-2 is also a double S tier. So it's fine. There we go. One of the, wow, it's just incredible. I really, both of these games have a really interesting combat system. And also, yes, the world itself, just movement in that game, wow, it's something else. Now, Lightning Returns, double S tier, great game, so good. Wow, it's that's also one a lot of people didn't play. A lot of people played Final Fantasy 13, and when 13-2 came out, a lot less people played that. And then when Lightning Returns came out, there weren't that many people at all. Nobody talks about the game, and it's really good. It's a really good game that a lot of people missed out on, and a quality title from Square Enix, and they just missed out on it. Well, that is oh, Buba-san! Arigato for the 1,047 yen!
I was blinded when Ron Freeman's baldness reflected light into my eyes. Cheers to Krogan and Sim.
Well, arigato. Arigato for the contribution. Really, really sugoi. Well, I hope all of you are enjoying the stream. I'm sure you are. Without giving any spoilers, should I play Crisis Core before the Final Fantasy Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 Part 2 comes out. You could, but I can tell from playing Final Fantasy Remake Part 1 and Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 is that a lot of the events in Crisis Core doesn't match up. That's all I can say. So you don't need to. I'm sure they will go over the most important parts. I saw a lot of bakas complaining about the combat in Final Fantasy 13 when it came out. Yes, I saw that too. People who doesn't know what they're talking about. I saw that. I remember. I was on forums a lot back then, and people were complaining. I think they've been waiting for a Final Fantasy game for so long that they've just played a bunch of Western games, and it has just destroyed their minds, poisoned their brains. Yes, Fome-san, exactly. Okay. Next game. You all know what comes next. Not Final Fantasy 14 because it's not on here. It's only the non-MMOs of the mainline games. Final Fantasy 15. Double S tier. It is wow. I would say it's around the same level as Final Fantasy X. It is very close to being as good as Final Fantasy X. And it's amazing. And two of my favorite characters in any video game is in this. Noctis and Ardyn. Ardyn Asuna is, which you can probably tell. He is one of my favorites. And he's also designed after me. If you didn't know, Square Enix definitely designed that character after me. Prompto is also really good, but those two are the ones that stood out the most to me. There are too many double S tier. This is just an objective list. This is just how it is. Actually, let me move Final Fantasy 2 up. I think it deserves an A. It is almost as good as Final Fantasy 1, I would say. But Final Fantasy 15, wow! Is there a Final Fantasy Type 0 somewhere? No, I've used up all the games. These are all the ones on here. But this is the official objective list of Final Fantasy games. And my personal favorites. So, this is the list. Wow, what a great series. Not a single series below A tier. That's how good it is. Crisis Core? Crisis Core is not on here either. It is considered a spin-off game. Although it is technically part of the story. So it should probably be on there. If it was here, it would be double S tier, definitely. Because it expands the world of Final Fantasy VII. Oh, you talk about Final Fantasy 16? Well, I haven't played it yet, but I can see from the gameplay that it's most likely gonna be a double S tier, or maybe even a triple S tier. It's possible, definitely, considering, well, they going all out with it, with this one. And it's gonna be really interesting. They're putting all the resources into Final Fantasy 16. It's gonna be great. How do you feel about Cloud dancing in the remake? I had to explain to my girlfriend I'm not gay. Well, those are... that's a really great scene. Oh, all the scenes in the remake are great. Wow. I really enjoyed those. Those extra scenes. Oh. So much good stuff. Everything that they expanded on in Final Fantasy VII Remake was just amazing. Is Final Fantasy 16 going to be an original IP? What does that mean? It is part of Final Fantasy. Cloud is objectively very attractive. It's not gay at all. No, Cloud looks great in that game. I think all the characters look great. Just look at them. Wow, what a great cast. I meant like a new original story with new characters. Yes, that's what most all the new mainline games are new original stories. Although we don't know, maybe it takes place in one of the other, like for example, like I said earlier, Final Fantasy X takes place in the same universe as Final Fantasy VII, even though it wasn't confirmed until later. It could be something like that. It could take place in the same universe as Final Fantasy IX or Final Fantasy I. We don't know. We don't know. It could be, and it wouldn't really change much. But it is definitely it would be really interesting. But it's most likely an original story. Okay, sorry to be off topic, but what are your thoughts on the lizard people, aka the reptilians? Yes, it's a very interesting topic. I'm gonna have to save that for another time though, because it's the end of the stream. But that is interesting. Lizard Man was really Sugoi in Soul Calibur. Yes. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a great character actually. A little bit scary, but it's a fun character. Soul Calibur has a lot of good characters, but we are getting a little off topic. This is the official objective tier list of Final Fantasy VII, or on Final Fantasy, with Final Fantasy VII being the best game in the series. And also the best game of all time. But there we have it. There are 7 minutes left of the stream. But I think this was a great one. Wow, all these events was really worth it. These are the kind of streams I really want to do in the future. I want to have planned events like this. Unfortunately, it would mean that I can't stream every week. It would have to be. I would want to have stuff planned out for a lot of the streams. Do you ever hang out with us on SyncTube? No, not really. What is SyncTube? An amazing stream. Oh, arigato, Metaru-san. Oh, okay, I see. That is V4C. I go in there. I've gone in there 2 times. I'll go in there once in a while, just to say hi. It's not really. Maybe I can put in some interesting videos in there for people to watch. It probably won't be, since I'm a very busy person. It's not something I could do for a long time, but I'll probably do it once in a while. I enjoyed the stream, Sef-sama. It was fun hanging out. Yes, I will. I will check in more. Definitely. But this, yes. I am very happy with this list. Now, this stream was not planned. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I had to remove some stuff, like we didn't play any fighting games. I didn't have time to plan that out. There was no ramen eating, and there's a couple of things I wish I could have that I could have done more of. But that's just how it is. Next time I will make sure it's planned properly. I want at least a week to figure out what I want to do with the stream, and then have everything set up so that it works well. That's gonna be really sugoi. Even though this didn't go the way I wanted it to in the beginning, it was still a great stream. This was probably my favorite stream I've done. I can compare it to when I did. Oh, that's also a good thing. I would also like to have to practice some moves. That would be fun. Oni-chan. Hello, Seth. I'm watching the anime. Is it Mayutsu no Reirugan? Is it that one? I can't wait for the new season coming out. Reirugan is really sugoi. I love it. Oh, I wanna watch this. I haven't seen season 2 of Arisero. I really want to. This was definitely a triple S tier stream, Sef-sama. Arigato. Arigato. Yes, this was the favorite stream I've done, personally. This was great. If you haven't seen, I'm definitely gonna do a little. I'm gonna use the. I'm gonna do a little clip from the karaoke section. That was fun. Hanging out with Cloud and Crono was super sugoi. Yeah, oh, it was a great time. What does Kickstarter that mean, Sef-sama? Do you need help with something? It's been up there for a while. So my Kickstarter failed earlier this year, which meant we had been working. I worked with 4 other people on it, and for a month. And after that month was over, and the Kickstarter didn't pass. It didn't reach the goal. It meant I had to pay. What was it? $4,000, which is that's almost 400,000 yen. That's more than 400,000 yen. So I have paid off most of it, and I only have this amount left to pay back, which is 80,000 yen. And then I will be debt free. There's no hurry really, not anymore. But I need to pay it back. As soon as I have been able to pay it back, I can put my income towards making. B4C Burapuposta. Arigato for
Which
300 yen.
Final Fancy girl has the best personality? BRAAAAAP sniff sniff.
Did you say Persona? I didn't hear that quite well. But arigato. Arigato for the 300 yen. Domo. But if it was Persona, Futaba is my favorite. Now, yes. Once I'm done with this, I will be putting more in. I would be putting more money towards the channel and getting more stuff. I've been thinking about getting a new camera, new clothing for the channel that I can wear during videos and streams. Ties, hat, some props would be great. There's a lot of stuff I want to put into the channel once I reach the goal, and it's something that I'm gonna start doing immediately. Once I'm done, it's gonna this year is gonna be great for the Seth-sama channel, and for all the swordlings as well. I have a lot of things planned. And yes, arigato for everyone who has contributed during these streams. Arigato for everyone who has bought merch, which I have available. It's not on screen right now, actually. Let me put it on there. There. I don't know why it wasn't on there. But yes, I have merch, which is in the description below. I also have a Discord server, which anyone can join. Make sure you read the rules, though. It is a place for deep discussions and I've had some swordlings who were, or I don't know if they were swordlings. I think they were trolls, who were just spamming a bunch of stuff and saying baka things and being really annoying, while people were trying to have normal discussions. So it is a place where people behave and want to talk about stuff and just have fun. So if you're interested, there is that. You can share your that sounds like ninjas, not swordlings. Yes, that's what it sounds. Yes, exactly. But yes, arigato for everyone who has contributed. Also to Patreons, arigato. For those of you who are supporting me over there, and for those who are swordlings and members here on YouTube, arigato. I've gotten, was it 10 the last couple of streams? Up to 10, I think. Is it hard to get a GF? Not really. I've gotten people confessing to me over the years. I've not been interested, and it is. You have to, even though I know it's a hard thing to do, it's a hard thing to turn people down, because it could make them sad. You have to be very firm, and you have to be honest with how you feel. For me personally, I have to say I'm sorry, I'm not very interested. And it's also important, even if you're not interested in them, you have to. It would make them feel better if you say it's not them. I can't really be in a. You could say I'm not in the state to be in a relationship with someone. That's a good thing to say, because they usually understand. That's what you need to do. Over the years, I've had to do that because I'm very busy with what I'm doing. I'm focusing all my energy on the channel. But yes, if you're looking for one, just be yourself, which is very important, because they're gonna notice after a while if you pretend to be someone else or pretend to not be who you actually are. They will notice that later, and that will definitely affect the relationship. Let me just say that. Yes, but if you haven't subscribed to the channel or liked the stream, you can like it below, and it will make people see the video and the stream more often. If you haven't done that yet, I suggest you do it. And if you want updates and you want notifications on when I upload videos or when I start streaming, you can click the bell as well after you subscribed to get notifications. There is also, like I said, the Discord server in the description, my Twitter account, which is SephirothSword_. That's the handle. There's a link to it in the description for easy access. And I think that's about it. So, this is the end of the stream, right here. But this has been Subarashi. I'm gonna do more, as you probably saw, the tier list took a long time. Not because it's hard to rank these games, but because there's a lot to talk about with every game. This was just the mainline games, which also excluded Final Fantasy 11 and 14. So can you imagine if I do? It will take a long time. I would have to have a stream dedicated for only tier lists. But I think it's better to have small ones for segments like this, I think. But anyway. Arigato! Arigato everyone for watching the stream. Arigato for all the contributions and the new members. And have a great day. Have a good night, evening, morning, or day. And I will see you swordlings on the next stream or video. Moshi mosh!